You're listening to Bears in a Cave. This is Cub Scout.
Dirtbag.
JVL.
And we have a special guest tonight. My roommate is actually here with us.
Special guest.
His name is Peacock. Drew Peacock. Swell guy. Our topic tonight is going to be...
Swell cock.
Swell cock. It's going to be about movies. Movies we liked as kids, movies we liked as teenagers, and movies that we appreciate now.
No, it's kind of a hacky subject, so we're going to go about it a different way. We're not just going to sit here and go, oh, and the top 5 grossers this week, you know, we're going to talk about real shit that affected us as kids, or that as adults we realized was fucking dumb.
Going to see the opening of Batman and getting shot in the face.
Too soon.
It's, you know, and that really you got to understand, like, the...
So that was this week's podcast. We'll see
So, you know, and what you should really take away from this is just be careful while you're out there watching action movies, because you never know. But from a comedic element, you know, it's never too soon.
Wonder if anybody ever got shot watching Magic Mike.
No, but I heard someone's purse got stolen during Medea goes to fucking jail.
I don't know if someone got shot with bullets watching Magic Mike, but there's probably... Yeah, so, I mean...
I get it. Did you hear about Fred Willard?
No.
He got caught jerking it in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
And the joke was, it was like a couple days before the Aurora massacre, and it's like the cops were right there to snag an old comedian jerking off. But it's like they took a couple minutes to get a dude with a fucking assault rifle.
And I like that. That just shows, like...
Our priorities.
Yeah, that's our priorities. You know, you cannot jerk off in a movie theater, so, I mean, guys out there listening, don't go watch Magic Mike, because it's very tempting. You can take an AK-47 in there and just really shoot up the place. But that's kind of off topic. What we really wanted to discuss tonight is we were joking about it a few minutes before we started the podcast, like a couple movies that were influential to us as kids and things that were, like, you know, really good for the time that they were in. For instance, The Labyrinth. You know, that's...
I love that movie.
It's a great movie. It's a classic movie. It's really amazing. Like, that movie, funny enough, is the movie I had my wet dream to when I was like 8 and a half. It also, it was a movie that I had my first set of reoccurring nightmares for, because I kept falling in the bog of eternal stench, and I developed like a
phobia of farts.
Yeah, really just a phobia of like fart smelling.
The movie was just creepy.
It was creepy.
Yeah, it was. I liked it.
But, you know, I was lucid in it because I had enough times where I actually got to bang Jennifer Connelly at the age of 8 years old. So.
And if someone's listening to this and hasn't seen it, I'll give you the really short version. A creepy David Bowie steals a baby, and the sister has to go into this weird world to get it back. The end.
And he's wearing ice skating.
I'll give you, yeah.
Clothes.
Bulge, everything.
Any figure skating.
And there's this weird puppet fox that rides a real dog sometimes and a puppet dog other times.
Interesting fact, I don't know if you guys knew this, the guy who plays Elmo, the black guy, who does the puppet for Elmo, he did the voice, he's one.
Was that a Jim Henson flick?
Yeah,
Jim
he
Henson
was,
did all the
you know the troll with the 3 trolls dance around, they take their heads off? He was the control of the middle puppet of the troll.
Oh, wow.
That was like his first movie with Jim Henson. I watched a documentary on it.
Wow. The movie was enough for me. I don't
No,
want some creepy dude singing songs to me about how I'm going to be your teenage bride. Crazy pedo David Bowie.
Here's an interesting
Post Ziggy Stardust. Just Ziggy Stardust.
Movie I watched as a kid, Return of the Living Dead 2. First movie I jerked off to too was that redhead.
Which one is that?
The redhead and she gets naked. And
Oh
dances
yeah, the
on
punk
their tomb.
zombies.
Yeah, that was the first time I jerked off to a movie.
We'll get to that. Let tell his weird, creepy nightmare about the labyrinth.
No,
I want to hear it.
It's open and shut, and like I was a kid, and it was funny enough. It's like my entire family enjoyed the movie. Like my mom and dad loved it. My younger brother, you're younger than me. He enjoys it. My older brother did. For some reason, it just gave me nightmares. I didn't like the fucking flick. It gave me nightmares. It was like I look at it now and it's kind of funny. But I mean, I was 8 years old at the time.
Well, even Jennifer Connelly's protagonist character had this little troll dickhead that followed her around and was always trying to fuck her over.
Hammy.
He was always selling her down the
Yeah.
river for shit. It's
Yeah.
like, man, get this guy out of here. Get her a good
He was
troll.
killing
or
fairies
some
right at the
shit.
very beginning.
A good troll.
She's got some big fat,
He was
it's like
working
half
for Chick-fil-A.
Abominable Snowman from the old Rankin Bass Christmas movies, the Abominable Snowman.
Oh yeah.
It's like half him and half Chewbacca mixed together with horns. And that thing was creepy as fuck. It was supposed to be a
Hagar.
friend. Something dumb like that.
Oh no, it's been a while since I've seen it. You know, I remember seeing a Christmas special where David Bowie was on the piano playing, and my mom was laughing at me because I was looking at the TV like I was just I was just freaked out by the guy. I was like, that dude looks weird. And it was before I knew who David Bowie really was. I was probably like 6th, 7th grade. My mom was laughing.
Is he gonna kidnap my little brother?
Yeah, and I was
try
like,
to fuck me.
and she's like, you don't like him? And I was like, I don't know who that is. He's just creeping me out for some reason. She's like, yeah, that's David Bowie. He was the bad guy in Labyrinth.
Fucking Ziggy Stardust, man.
He's like, that's the guy who gave you nightmares when you were a kid. So it's goofy.
So yours, Return of the Dead.
2.
2.
Return of the Living Dead 2.
With the punks running rampant in the
Yes.
streets. And the one, she had short,
Red hair.
dykey-ish red hair. Like,
Yeah.
And,
And
it was
she
nothing
wore-
scary about that movie.
No, but she wore those short shorts, and she pulls it off, and her badge just comes out. It
Her
was
zombie badge.
And there were misfits too on the butt
Yeah,
side
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
There were misfit shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Of course, I knew what misfits were that when I was 6, 7
yeah,
years
but
old.
interject yourself into that movie now, because she's running around town acting like she's seducing shit.
Wait, what? Weren't the
Would you fuck a
weren't the
zombie
punk
pussy?
zombies just in the first one, not the second one?
No, it was the second one. The first one was a half legit
It was black and white.
zombie flick.
No, that was Night of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead was black and white too. I
Yeah,
think,
Return of the Living Dead was a regular
it?
zombie flick.
I don't think that's right.
But it was a regular zombie flick.
Yeah,
And
we,
this one got stupid. It got stupid as fuck.
We have
Sassafras.
Sassafras here.
Sassafras here.
Sassafras.
He's our movie expert. He's kind of our catalyst for tonight.
Yeah.
Says I.
Let's go ahead and inform us on the Return of the Living Dead here.
Return of the Living Dead was, what, 86, 87?
Around there.
Around there time. It's supposed to be a sequel to Night of the Living Dead because it was co-written by James Russo, who co-wrote the first one, Night of the Living Dead with George Romero.
Yeah.
And the first one, Return of the Living Dead Part 1, because there's like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
Is the actual one with the punk cast. You got Suicide and a black kid. You know,
What was the
and-
catalyst though? Was it
punk-
the
basically-
dumb cops and they
No.
find the barrel of shit, or?
No, it was
No,
two
in the
employees.
first one, basically, they had a warehouse. So you had skeletons and fake dogs.
They sold
basically,
different science.
They sold different stuff to science projects around the world. And basically, one of the punk rockers, the guy who was in Friday the 13th Part 6,
What was the
he was the one of the punk rockers dating the
what
girl.
was the parenthetical title of that one? Part 6.
6 was
For
Jason
context.
Lives, because the Part 5 was New Beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got that. Him and not Klug Glugger, but the other guy, I forget his name. They find a barrel of the army experiment down in the basement, right?
Stereotypical
Yeah.
Who was
green
the
barrel
Tarman,
with
the
army spray
Tarman
painted on
zombie.
it.
He was actually he's one of my top 5
This is
favorite
also
zombies.
this is also the exact same premise for Toxic Avenger.
No,
Just a fucking barrel of goop.
no, yeah, he got thrown out a window though, or he jumped out a window.
He was running away from the yuppies. But anyway, so they find the army experiment down in the basement, who is the Tarman zombie. And basically, this is army approved. So they crack the glass. It gets out in the atmosphere. It happens to rain that night when the punk rockers.
They burnt the body. That's what happened. The
But
green guy in the
infected.
freezer, the green guy in the freezer,
Yeah.
because they inhaled all that shit, and they killed the green guy, and they couldn't kill him because in this type of zombies, even brain damage doesn't kill the zombie.
It's the actual, I want to say, the only zombie movie that headshots don't
Yeah.
kill the zombie.
So-
Did they have one cut up in a bag at
Yeah,
one point? And
They,
it started
the green
moving?
guy, they cut him up in
pieces.
little pieces,
Yeah,
and then they burnt it, and it went into the atmosphere, and it
That's when
rained
the
it back
punk
down.
rockers went to the graveyard. And
Yeah.
the second one only had the 2 of the characters, the 2 guys who found the zombie in the first one. And then the
Yeah.
second one started off with the kids getting picked on by bullies. He said, "Oh, cool, this fun, and you can be friends with us." And those kids are obviously fucking liars. So then the asshole kid becomes a part of a zombie. And the one is at the end where you get to see the Thriller Michael Jackson zombie
yeah.
dancing when the electric scene
So
happens.
as a kid, that shit didn't fuck you up. You just
So,
watched
yeah.
it. It was like,
I don't know.
The punk rockers was in.
I actually do like Michael Jackson. I respect his music in the 80s. It was good stuff in the 80s, man. And I think there's a guilty pleasure. I wouldn't say all of us, because I know Dirtbag, he's pretty metal, but I know he's got a guilty pleasure when it comes to some 80s Michael.
That's true.
Extra short punk
so
rockers.
you, Juicy, as a kid, what was your fucking weird movie that, looking back on it as an adult, you're like, what the shit was I doing?
There's 2 of them actually. There's a Ghoulies movie.
Ghoulies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the second one that had Ozzy Argento in it, Georgia Romero's daughter.
Yeah.
That one.
She's
or-
been in a couple weird fucking flicks.
Yeah. She was in Land of the Dead remake.
That was an awesome movie.
She was fucking hot, dude.
Oh no,
Y'all like John
yeah.
Leguizamo, dude. He's awesome.
He was a good character
Yeah.
now.
He's fucking no, not even just that, dude. Him as an actor. What got me liking him was Spawn when he played the clown.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then he did The Pest.
Michael J.
Yeah,
White
that movie, The
did
Pest.
too,
Oh my
that
god!
was-
If you haven't seen The Pest, go out and fucking rent it, or if you can.
That might be one of those movies that if I watch now, I'll be like, what the fuck?
You were talking about Michael J. White. He's going to be Jax in the new Mortal Kombat. And
He actually was already in Jackson, like the
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat bio thing that they did on HBO, where they had like 11 to 15 minute long episodes. He played Jax, and he did an awesome job.
But
Why the
they
hell
got
are
they
they-
have a movie coming out in 2013, and it's going to have Scott Adkins as Smoke,
Yep.
and they're going to have
Love Scott Adkins.
They're going to have Michael J. White as Jax,
And
and
if-
both those guys are awesome.
If you're not familiar with Scott Adkins' work, he does a lot of the choreography for the fight scenes in the X-Men movies. He
Ninja.
he actually played
Ninja
Deadpool.
Assassin.
Yeah, he played Deadpool whenever Deadpool was actually Deadpool, not the Ryan Reynolds character.
I wish they would. Some genres or some titles just need to die though.
Like what?
if they could
Like Mortal Kombat.
if they could reamp it,
Immortal.
I love the first one. I watched the second one not
and they
too long ago.
completely raped Street Fighter too, because they made some made for
Jean-Claude gives me
TV shit. No, that was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
And this has Chris Klein in it, the dude from American Pie.
Yeah.
And his acting, man, they got clips of it on YouTube. It is so
Chris
fucking
Klein.
bad.
What character is he?
Oh,
He was the douche, the big,
lacrosse player?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oz. Yeah, he played Oz.
And he takes everything so seriously. It's like,
So he's
man,
supposed to be, right?
He was
he's some detective
Oh.
that is trying to uncover.
Is it like the-
finds out that
Sounds like
Chun-Li
he-
is this bad.
It's like this
motherfucker.
SVU where he takes out the glasses,
Yeah,
makes a
it's
joke,
worse
puts
than
them back
that,
on,
dude.
but
It
he
is
can't get out of that
so
fucking character.
Bad. Well, it looks like we found out who did it today. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
But it was
No wonder
Someone
they
call
asked you
Candy
back.
Striper. This guy was killed by a lollipop.
But getting back to that, though, it was Ghoulies. It was Ghoulies 2, I believe, the one with Ozzy.
Yeah, that was one with the Ferris wheel and the carnival.
The carnival
Yeah.
one. And it was that one, and then of course everybody fucking knows Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's an
Oh,
amazing
yeah.
flick, dude.
But
Amazing.
I still watch it till this day. So I mean, it's
Torrented that shit. I just bought that shit from.
Edit that.
Torrent.
$5.
What's a torrent?
Walmart. I have no idea.
I got a scary email about downloading.
Yeah,
I got rid of everything.
A lot of providers nowadays are really cracking
Yeah.
down on that too. Like I've had 2 scary emails like, hey, if you do it again, and no joke, funny enough, I was actually downloading 80s Michael Jackson. Like we were throwing like a party where like there was a lot of Puerto Rican and black influence at the party, so I wanted to have dance music that I could fucking get into as well. And you remember that party?
What do you mean influence? Like food? It's like a.
No, just no
Oh,
music.
people.
People. Yeah.
Oh. I thought you just meant the party was influenced.
No, like, I didn't
the style
watch-
of the party was influenced by blacks in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, we all did blackface. It was really cute. Yeah. You know, and that reminds me to get some more shoe polish, but
You never go blackface.
you never go
Hear
blackface.
that Ted Danson? Even if you're fucking Whoopi Goldberg, still not a good idea. Night at the Comet, it was another shitty movie that came out around the same time. But my dad worked shift work, so he was always gone as a kid growing up in Bartow. And we lived in kind of a shady neighborhood. So my mom thought it would be a good idea on Friday nights when he was gone, let's go to Blockbuster and rent movies that she liked. And she was into these weird horrors. And I know you guys have probably seen it, but we rented Monkey Shines.
Oh, I love that movie.
And it's this
Never
dude
seen
who
it.
becomes like a partial paraplegic and has a helper monkey that ends up like fucking with him
It's
and
something
shit.
with Stephen King too. I think it was based on a Stephen King book.
Possibly, I don't
think it
know.
was.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I've never seen it.
thinking about it now, it's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Like if you had a helper monkey.
Yeah, and then the monkey kind of.
Well, no, before that, before you
Yeah.
piss it off,
So
you got to teach it shit, man.
Yeah.
It's
are
like,
we thinking the same thing here? Like,
I'm thinking I'm getting that monkey to jerk me off.
that's what I'm thinking too.
You got that. That'd be as
Come
soon
on,
as you
monkey.
look around, nurses are out of the fucking room. You're like, bitch, I can roll over to the fridge. I'm only partial paraplegic and get my own goddamn food. You don't need to spoon feed me fucking
So
cereal.
do his arms work?
A little bit, but his
But
lower
not at
half
the speed
didn't.
you need it to work to
No.
to achieve climax.
No, I don't think they might not have. He might have had one of those weird things that he moved the fucking wheelchair
Oh,
with his
yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
So you couldn't feel it anyways. And who cares if you get some weird monkey disease on your dick? You just would like to
Well,
theater of the mind, man. You want some monkey just
I'm petrified of monkeys.
really?
I'm
I'd be
really-
petrified as fuck if that monkey My dick would be petrified.
I
Well,
know.
as long as it's not like Caesar, like the chimpanzee from the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and like something that can just easily just
Or
rip
that
your dick
one
off
that
and
you
smack
feed
you around.
wide and Xanax and
So,
it rips your
if-
fucking friend's face off.
Yeah.
If it's
Chews
a-
their fingers off.
If it's a spider monkey, yeah, I get that. You know, I'd probably,
There
you know,
you
I take it one step beyond just teaching him to jerk me off. I'd probably get him to smack my balls around a little bit with his little feet hands.
Or tickle your butthole. with
Yeah,
a towel.
dude, no one's looking, man. Like, you're paraplegic. Like, no one's gonna, or partially paraplegic, you know.
There's 3 movies that really effed me up as one was Nightmare on Elm Street. It messed me up going to sleep.
I thought you were gonna
When
say
I was a
Nightmare
child,
Before Christmas.
when
But
I was-
yeah, it's hardcore.
It messed me up like dreaming. Like I was afraid to go to sleep because I thought he was gonna be in my dreams.
The first one did that. Then they got dumb.
Yeah.
But
And
The remake
uh,
wasn't bad.
But that and you're a kid too. I mean, you couldn't tell the campiness of it when you were a kid. You got
I
a guy going around
don't
killing
like
people.
remakes because they give away the ghost. Like
Oh, that's
the
true.
Rob Zombie remake, you get too much into his head instead of him just being this creepy killer. They give the
get
shit
on their
away.
side,
You-
though.
the
Yeah.
suspense is
I
gone.
liked it though.
I don't
I'm
want.
kind of sided with the
I want the
killer.
backstory from the first one that he did some bad shit to kids. You don't really know what, and then you know he's after the kids. I don't want the whole fucking deal.
You know, and
I don't want to hear about kid fucking or touching or.
Yeah, it's true.
Second scary movie that messed me up, Jaws.
Oh yeah, that one.
Beach-
That one fucked
Beach,
a lot
man.
of people up, man.
I'm still petrified of sharks.
You can't open a movie with showing this like skinny dipping chick's boobies from like the underside, and then you know really be scared after that.
And
it never
like
really
a
affected me.
brief half a frame of bush, because there is one.
Yeah.
If,
You know,
if you
and
watch hard enough.
What I love about 70s movies that have nudity in it, like it's for some reason everyone in the 70s had rocket tits. They look like the
Yeah.
nose from
Yeah.
that dog from Eat the
I
Cat.
think it was the bras.
Well, no,
You know what I'm talking about?
Even
Like-
the nipples, everything looks different nowadays.
No,
Like the boobs have evolved.
Do you remember that show
better
Eat the
looking
Cat
boobs.
when we were kids?
Yeah.
It looked 70s tits looked like the dog's nose from Eat the Cat. It was weird. It was like rockety, and then like the nipple was like went right into it. It looked like a fucking like
And
torpedo.
Plus the bush.
Yeah,
So
it
as
was
a
the
kid,
bush.
that's what you think fucking pussy looks like. And the first time you see a real one, you don't know it's labia and all
the-
that shit. What the fuck is this thing, man?
And
This
the-
is not what the TV told me it looks like.
And the third movie was it. I was petrified of sewer drains.
Oh,
It was
Completely
a-
petrified of sewer drains. Like it remained. So it was going
From
to the
It?
beach. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It-
God.
yeah.
It was going to
Pennywise.
the beach. It was
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry's an
Tim
amazing
Curry
actor,
did
dude. He
so
did.
fucking good. As
He did
Pennywise.
good in what am I thinking of? Legend with Tom Cruise. He played,
Oh
he
yeah,
played
yeah.
the devil, dude.
But to
Tim-
bring it all around, they're remaking it,
Oh.
Yeah.
and I don't know if I could do that shit. It's
But
the
they're
same
doing
thing as
Evil.
the
They're
Freddy
doing
Krueger
Evil
deal.
Dead too, though. They're remaking
And
Evil
they're also
Dead.
remaking
Yeah.
Killer Clowns.
You know, spoiler alert on it if you haven't seen it. It's about a serial killing clown that's like a ghost. And it's weird. It's
It's kind of made
it's-
up the kid's imagination.
yeah. It's the thing is like there's something in the sewers that feeds off a kid's fears, and it just becomes like this creepy clown called Pennywise. And that movie is very scary, like especially like I mean, there's like the sewer scenes where it's like snatching kids up. There's like
There's
the
a-
bathroom scene where the dude's like killing himself. When he's an adult and he goes back to
The
hometown.
blood
And,
balloons in the library kind of freaked me out.
well, here's the thing
Yeah, when
though.
he comes back to his hometown and opens a fridge and all the rotten food and shit.
Yeah.
And then you hear Pennywise laugh and he dies in the bathtub right afterwards.
Yeah.
After they call him, and like Richie.
Didn't he
what
commit
is-
suicide? He's like,
Yeah.
isn't that the whole thing? Like he like,
Well,
writes a
it's-
suicide note on the
It's
wall.
implied that it looks like he committed suicide,
But it wasn't.
But you don't really know.
It never
you
really
don't know
explains
if Pennywise got that fucker or what.
And that's a creepy element, you know. And I never thought about that
there was
because
a
I
little
always
bit
made
of
that
gore,
assumption.
like when the dude opens the fridge and he knows that Richie or whatever his name is dead because he sees the head in the fucking. Once they're back,
Some-
the
Yeah.
dude had already died. He sees his
Yeah.
fucking
His
head.
head was in the fridge.
So he knows he's dead.
Friday the 13th, 2 shit.
So there's a little bit of gore, but psychologically, especially when it came out, it
Stephen
came out
King,
when
man.
we were all about
Yeah.
those kids' age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
And it
and
will fuck your head up.
that's
dude.
true. You know, and just to finish my whole spoiler
And it was
alert,
2 VHS.
Jonathan Brandis,
like the
also
if,
Never-Ending Story 2. He played the kid in that fucking movie.
well, here's the thing about it. It's a really long movie. It's amazing. It's really good, but for some reason, the ending is so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It is so fucking
It's
stupid.
cheese.
It makes everything you watched before just like it's
Really?
it's
It's
no
not-
longer
And
valid.
it takes
It's
you
no longer
3.5 hours long to get to it.
Basically,
They go back in the sewer.
what they find out is like this ant hybrid mixed with a spider with glowworms in its belly, and you pretty much all you have to do to kill this thing is punch it in the stomach and take out light bulbs. You know, and it's funny because Stephen King when he writes off
Yeah.
like dreams and stuff that he like. It's not just an imagination. It's stuff that
Some
like,
was dreams, some were drunken stupor.
what's the movie with the retarded guy who ends up being an alien? It's like Dreamcatcher. Is that it?
Dreamcatcher was pretty
Dreamcatcher
good.
wasn't a retarded guy.
Yeah.
No, he was like special, but he was only special because he was an alien inside of a human body.
Yeah, I don't think that was
I think you think of
Dreamcatcher.
Men in Black.
Dreamcatcher was with Jason Lee and
Yeah,
the other
Jason Lee
dudes.
dies on the toilet.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's-
remember a
but-
retarded kid.
No,
Oh yeah. No,
the-
it's a movie spin. That was a movie. It wasn't in the books.
Oh yeah.
It
Well,
wasn't in the
here's the thing though. It's like there was like the antagonist, and then there was like of course like the
books. Their
four.
special friend. That,
Yeah,
when
and
they
then-
were kids.
Yeah, when they were a kid, he was special. But what it was is he was actually part of the the protagonist group.
Yeah.
And you find out later at the end of the movie that he was actually an alien too, protecting them. But him being inside a human form, it could not. I guess it could not like speak
Function
really.
right.
Like he had too much knowledge to try to. They talked to it through a human body, so it came out like he was retarded.
Had Jason Lee, the redhead,
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane,
Tom Jane's character was
and
really
the
bad
dude
in
who
that movie.
played one of the killers in Scream 2.
Matthew Lillard.
No, that was Scream 1. He was recently the sheriff in the movie The Crazies.
Oh yeah. Who was that?
He played the hitman. He played hitman. It was and he was in Look Great, Die
Timothy
Hard.
Oliphant.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
He's
he was in
pretty
that
good,
too.
Nah, I don't
He,
really like
he
him.
played kind of the alcoholic outsider of the group, like the
He-
rebel dickhead.
He always reminds me of the guy who was in Transformers. They look the fucking same, like they could be brothers.
Oh,
But
yeah,
Thomas Jane, man, another Stephen King movie. That
Oh,
shit.
Yeah,
The
the Fall.
Mist.
Mist.
The
Yes,
Mist.
that was a
Yeah.
good movie.
That shit took a.
See, I
it's
saw
a
the
good
remake.
movie, but I can't watch it now as
I
a
love
kid.
the ending.
Or having a kid.
I
It
love the
fucks
ending.
with my head.
Yeah, the ending was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a 2.5-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I don't want. I know.
Because you
I've
would do
seen it.
you would do the same thing though. You
Maybe,
know?
man.
If you've never seen The Mist, go watch it. I don't think we should really spoil that because that's a fucking crazy ending.
Ugh.
As religious
But yes,
as it
it's-
was really...
There's two
Well,
versions.
that's why I liked it.
There was one that was, it was
One
remade in
version.
like
Did they kill the
2005 or
cunt?
2006, but it's really good.
Kill the. You gotta kill this cunt. or
No, it
we're
was
all
like
gonna
2007, 2008.
die. Yeah, I went to theaters with Leah to watch
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, you're
2007,
right.
2008.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
It was when I was working at Blockbuster.
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Another good one of his was The Stand. I don't know if y'all ever seen that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Flag.
That was one of the movies I watched all the time as a kid.
Dude, that movie was actually kind of fucking terrifying. The cornfields.
That's how you know
You kidding
we
me?
are all around the same age group because we all watched the same double VHS fucking Stephen
Yeah.
King movies.
Go rent it from the library.
Miniseries
You don't have to go to
made for
Blockbuster.
CBS special. But let's segue that into movies as teens because
Okay.
it takes a turn. Once you
Yeah.
start developing your personality and you're not a kid and you're not force-fed shit or just watching shit that your parents get around the house. You
And
start watching
I was
movies.
fortunate enough that parents like good stuff for the most part.
To kind of segue from childhood to teens. Tank Girl.
Yeah,
Tank
yeah,
Girl.
I got on Tank Girl.
But that,
No, well, no, that's not
all-
even the thing. I've actually seen that movie a couple times before I watched it with you.
It's
That's
cool
why we.
if you haven't read the comics. But the comics are so much cooler. Than
But
Did they have
fucking
Ice-T in the
shit
comics?
movie.
Did they have
No,
Ice-T?
exactly.
Exactly.
You made my
Yeah.
point.
Oh, okay.
Malcolm McDowell. Talk about Malcolm McDowell. When I was in the teenagers, I went back and watched like.
You were in the
old-
teenagers?
When I was in my teenage years,
Mm.
I actually went back.
Teenage
and I was
years. Oh.
I was actually watching a lot of like older movies like Death Race 2000,
Oh, yeah.
Clockwork Orange. I got really big into
Yeah.
like the old classic cult hits. The Monty Python was something I really got big into
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in middle school. That's when I
See, I
really
never really
started
got
watching
into
the
their Flying
classics.
Circus as much as I got
Oh.
into like their actual movies.
Yeah,
like
the sketches
Life
on
of
Flying
Brian
Circus
and-
were hit or miss.
Yeah.
Because I didn't
There's
get
one
British.
good sketch in 30 minutes of show. And it's like, fuck
We
it.
probably watch it now and get every minute of it because
Yeah.
thank you Mighty Boosh. In all seriousness, like British humor is not the same. It's just retarded. It's ridiculous. But you watch the IT Crowd, you watch Mighty Boosh, and you really start to understand where they're coming from, and you get it more from like just seeing repetition and different
Right.
styles.
But that's
different
one of those
elements.
groups, Monty Python, that on the surface it seems so retarded.
Like
and
Mr.
dumb
Bean or
and
Benny Hill.
silly.
No,
But
Mr.
then when
Bean's
you
not dumb.
when you watch Monty
Silly.
Python and really try to get the context of the jokes that they're fucking making, it's smart.
It's very
So
very witty.
It's smart and wit.
The word
layered
is
with
clever.
silly and dumb.
Yeah,
you know?
it's very clever, and that's what they. It's funny because that's actually the word they use for like smart and brilliant. I learned that watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, you're gonna suck me in with a fart joke, but man, there's actually
Dude, I always
context
suck your
in this
farts,
movie.
dude.
Yeah.
Don't even try to sugarcoat it.
I mean, I went through that phase that a lot of people went through, the early Adam Sandler movies and shit.
Yeah.
And I recently learned that Billy Madison does not fucking hold up.
No,
You're watching a guy mumble like this, and where's the penguin from? I don't get it.
It's
Like who hallucinates when they get drunk?
Not
Just
me.
him when they get
Maybe
drunk.
that's why I don't fucking get it.
He got rich people beer. That's what it was.
Fuck. They were good then, but now they're
the
dog
stuff he comes
fucking
up.
shit.
No, the stuff he comes up with now is dog shit. Adam Sandler.
I think
clean
it's
up your
equal
act.
amounts
Oh,
of dog shit.
Clean up your act, sir.
Because I look back on the old, even Dumb and Dumber, man, I can't make it through the whole
No,
movie.
I can't. I can easily watch that movie over again.
Yeah,
I
me
can't.
too.
Your IQ must be so fucking low.
It's like 61.
It's just enough. It's just enough to breathe. I think you have to have over 30 to breathe. It's.
Where's my helper monkey?
Where's my helper monkey?
Here's my jerk off monkey.
You know, and I made a note earlier too. Just another thing I want to talk about. You know, this kind of jumps from childhood to now. Lady in White. You know, we've been talking about that. And
That was one of those movies that I really thought no one else on the planet had seen.
What's Lady in White?
It's amazing. That's what it is. Did you ever see Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
I don't know the guy's name, but the main character in Mars Attacks, like the long-haired hippie kid who drives his grandma around.
Worked at the donut shop.
Yeah, worked at donut shop.
Uh-huh.
He plays a kid, and like he's like a nerdy kid, kind of a douchebag, and like he gets bullied and
Horrible. Looks like grandma made his sweaters.
Yeah, it was terrible Christmas sweaters year round. It's like in
That's awesome.
With the fucking his ears. Or
That's
whatever.
like if I had to say like it was in a
Myers.
state, it was probably like Maine or like New Hampshire, a year round, mostly cold state to where
Yeah,
it's
some douchebag hipster's wearing that same fucking sweater
Yeah.
now, thinking it's cool.
Yeah,
It
he thought of it
smells of
first.
fucking goddamn kale shakes and a vegan diet, you pussies.
Well, the whole idea is like he gets bullied. The bullies lock him in the closet, and the school is haunted by like the ghost of this little girl who's like dancing around.
But then this movie was made in the 80s.
I think it was made in like we looked at it, it was like
Late 80s.
88.
Okay, did it have that song in it? Because
It has a looping song that a girl and a lady sing.
That's Lady in Red,
Oh.
dickhole.
Wait, they could have dubbed it.
But no, like a girl sings like I don't know if it's like a hopscotch or like double dutching
Dubstep.
song, but she's like in the closet, like this ghost, and he's like hiding in the top of the closet because he hears noises. He's getting freaked out, so he's hiding behind like book bags and coats, and he sees this fucking ghost girl just dancing there. And for the time, it was pretty good, like
Yeah,
special
but it's
effects
one of
wise.
those underrated movies that you never fucking heard about until you got a DVR.
Yeah, but it's all about death, and he's trying to help this ghost solve the murder, and it's nuts. It's
Funny
a good
story.
flick.
When we were talking about it, it's the power. I don't know what you call it, but when someone brings up a point, like the other person that doesn't know either
Fill in
automatically
the
takes your
blanks,
side,
yeah.
and he's like, "Fuck yeah, that's who it was."
Yeah.
When I first started talking about it,
We
were
couldn't remember the name of the
convinced
movie.
It was Fred Savage from
We
the
couldn't.
fucking Wonder
Yeah,
Years.
we're like because it was around the same time that show was.
And if
big.
someone would have told us right then, no, it wasn't him, we'd have been like, "Fuck you, yes, it was."
Yeah, we
But
were
it goddamn
hard
wasn't.
fun. We had actually with Sassafras, we had a conversation with him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it was this guy. It was this director. It came out this year." Like just spitting it out without even thinking about it. And it took me and him the better part of a week to figure it out, like with just typing
Even
in.
Googling the
Yeah, we were
plot
trying to
and shit.
googling the plot, and I'm like,
Googling
no, this one
the
doesn't have
plot,
Fred Savage.
Hellboy 2 was popping up and shit. It's like, motherfuck.
Hellboy
Fuck you,
2.
Google. Fuck you.
Well, speaking
What
of,
was your teenage movies, Cub Scout?
Mine really just kind of spin off of, funny enough, like the SNL cast. You know, I loved Night at the Roxbury with Will Ferrell and
Yeah.
Chris Kattan. I loved Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with David
Night at the
Spade.
Roxbury story. Was dating this girl, real straight edge, straight laced kind of girl,
Mm.
and we wanted to go see a movie, something lighthearted, you know. It's like our first fucking date, and I take her to see Night at the Roxbury, and I was watching the movie trying not to laugh because she wasn't fucking laughing, but it was hilarious. And
Yeah.
I look over at her and she's looking like, "What the fuck am I doing here with this idiot? He thinks this shit is funny." That's one movie that does hold up. I'll watch that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I watched it with McFaddy about a month ago. Dude. It's just as funny as
It's
it always
funny
has
in a
been.
weird way now. Like before, it was funny in the silly. Now it's funny and fucking awkward.
Yeah.
Because I've been to clubs.
Yeah.
No one's that outright douchebaggish, but there are
Not back
dudes
then.
on that fucking level that are just
Yeah, it's definitely.
think they're
in
awesome
its
and they're
time.
dancing goofy.
Yeah,
wanting
it
to
was
bang
definitely in
chicks
its
and
time,
shit.
but it definitely has the same element to like Jersey kids today.
What is love?
It's funny that you brought that up. Like because the '90s club scene obviously is different than what it is nowadays. But like I mean
It's
the
gotta
same element and people exist out there. You know, like
Yeah.
those
Hey,
people who are
man.
just like, yo, let me buy you that drink. You know, let me.
let me get you a Jaeger bomb.
Are those space pants? Your ass is out of this world. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. I like your tan and hair and muscles but Fuck it. Okay, I'll go.
Fuck, I don't care what your face looks like. At least you got muscles.
Shit's busted.
Yep. Those are the kind of dudes that shave their pubes into triangles, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I can watch Black Sheep, Tommy Boy, like really just my teenage years were all just comedy. I would watch the same 5 movies over and over, like Liar Liar, Jim Carrey, Life with Eddie Murphy, and
That was more in the high school. I guess teenage.
Yeah, I was a teenager in high school.
Yeah, that movie
that
is so
worked.
great.
Which one, Life?
Live. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that movie. It's funny now.
The funniest thing was like Cuba Gooding Jr. being like the deaf black guy that got the overseer's daughter pregnant.
No, you're thinking of Can't Get Right, and that wasn't Cuba.
Oh, really?
No, you're racist, fuck.
Yeah.
They all look the same.
I'm waiting for it.
That's cool. I said the same. My boss was talking about Brave. He goes, yeah, that Irish movie Brave. I'm like,
Fucking
I
Scottish.
think they're Scottish. And he goes, oh, my bad. That's cool. I got white people eyes when it comes to different stuff.
White people eyes.
I got white people eyes. Juicy, what's your teenage movies?
Oh, there's a couple. Biodome.
Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, Biodome.
Yeah.
And that's a dude that I just completely would rather
Dude,
have not existed now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Back
Are we
then,
talking
I
about Pauly
used to-
Shore, or are we
Yeah.
talking
cannot
about Stephen
hate on
Baldwin?
You cannot.
Both.
You cannot hate on Pauly Shore. Dude, I love Pauly
I
Shore.
can't hate on Pauly Shore. He's a douche.
I mean, that's like, I mean,
I love
so needless
Pauly
to say, you don't like Andy Dick either?
Andy Dick's a genius too.
He is.
No, he's a crazy motherfucker.
They
Some
are
people
both.
are born crazy.
He,
No, Pauly Shore isn't. He had this one bit on MTV doing the weasel. Then he played the same fucking character in 9 goddamn movies.
It's true.
And then wonders why his career didn't fucking
Even
work.
in
So pretty much he's
Wonders
Channing
why
Tatum.
he's still trying to use his fucking mom's name out in California who owned the comedy club to get pussy. Because he's just fucking, he has nothing. No one's gonna,
If I had a pussy, I'd give it.
you know what? They're gonna make Anchorman 2. You know what they're not gonna make? Fucking Jury Duty 2.
That would be kind of cool though, because they did have Andy Dick and the Tank Girl in it.
McFadden pointed out the
That
other
was in
day,
the Army now.
like
That was
we're
like a shit.
news to say we're all huge Kevin Smith fans, and McFadden pointed this out the other day. Whenever Kevin Smith wrote Cop Out, it was supposed to be Will Ferrell as like instead of Bruce Willis.
I don't think Will Ferrell could pull that off.
But and then here's what they did is like I guess things didn't work out for whatever reason. I don't know the inner workings of it, but it didn't work out. So they casted Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
And it turns out he hated Bruce Willis's guts.
So that's something I haven't
Kevin
heard.
Smith.
Yeah.
Does he? I remember watching the thing he was giving him props.
He's giving him props as an actor, but he was just fucking, he said it's hard as fuck to get along with.
Yeah, Bruce
Which you
Willis.
could, yeah, whatever.
It's like Samuel Jackson.
That might be my least favorite Kevin Smith movie too.
Cop Out.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was funny. The
It was
monocle
good.
wearing
It was
motherfucker.
yeah.
The monocle wearing
That's
motherfucker.
favorite.
It like made me laugh so hard.
That was our catchphrase. For
And then
a long time.
the turd burglar. like they just like
they
this
had,
like
it was good. It had
Sean
really
Williams-
good writing in it. It really did have good
and
writing.
Sean William Scott, dude. I love him as an actor. I
Yeah,
don't care
same
what the
here.
fuck he's in. I'll watch it. Like I'll watch these like indie like just Sundance fucking films on Netflix that like just got no hype, and I love it. He's funny. Like we recently watched that movie Goon.
That's a good one.
That was
Where-
The
where-
hockey movie.
Yeah, where he
Obviously.
played a hockey enforcer. They got picked up because he just was a badass, and he's a little slow, and like it's funny that like he just no matter what role he's in to me, like he just it cracks me up. Like he's a funny guy, and like he was really
pick him
awkward.
up?
Yeah, it's a great movie, and if you haven't seen Goon, it's on Netflix, and you should check it out. It's fucking amazing.
None of them really affected me. Like I like Clerks a lot for what it was and the budget they had.
Yeah.
I like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back just because it's
It's
like
just-
a nerd fanboy Kevin Smith fucking
Yeah.
love fest.
And that was
Watching a
high
comic
school. That
book
was our
movie
high school, man.
come to
watching
life. But the one that affected me the most was Dogma.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good movie.
The dialogue and the acting is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TKY. And TKY 2 and all
I've
that.
never been a Bam fan. Not that I hate the dude. I think he's a great skater. Like I don't know.
I
If he,
don't think he's that good.
Yeah, but
So-
watching their dumb antics.
But back then, it
really
was cool before it was cool. Like
It really was a bad
we all
influence
did
on
that-
us at
that shit
one
before.
point.
So you're right, it did. Like, and I would honestly say that we were before. I know it's what every fucking dumb boy says. It does. Yeah, like before it was cool.
Yeah,
you know, like we.
Bowie before he was in the library.
Yeah, I did. You know, I was. No, I fucking hated David Bowie. I don't even.
No,
lie.
but no, we were into that whole thing before MTV picked it up.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't just from those movies. It was just us just being a bunch of dumb, poor white kids, just with nothing better to do except for just poop off a building or
jump off a roof into something.
Yeah, like light our farts on fire, just dumb shit.
Well, finding amusement and shit that was free to us.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what do you want to do today?
And we-
$5
we've
in gas
been-
was a
yeah.
night, you know.
And we've been kicked out almost every single place in our town, like just about at one time when we were kids.
Yeah, so many citations.
Nutball at Wally World.
Yeah, we we used to have this thing where we'd go into just a store and go in the toy section and just throw balls at each other, like playing pretty much just basically playing dodgeball. And then Jackass did it, with the whole nutball thing. So
me and my friend Vinny did it, and we got fucked over because this old lady who could barely see, hunchback, ran into like a pyramid display of glass bottles of lemon juice, and it was right at the end of the shitty toy aisle in Dixie.
That sounds
So she
terrible.
kept fucking going, and who do you think they looked at? Me and Vinny. It's like,
I'd have guessed the old lady.
guess who fucking did it? Yeah, you did. You worked there, and then one day you got off, and we were doing the shopping cart deal.
Yeah, we were. I was
The
there.
infamous shopping cart deal out in the parking
Always
lot.
wear a hoodie.
Then we
always
had a
wear a
fat
hoodie.
suit for a while.
Yeah.
We were doing dumb shit.
Jane L had the.
And we'll let Tom tell the Long John Silver story because God.
Oh,
man.
I
yeah.
got blamed for that too.
Yeah, dude, Mick Fatty has a
that
funny
worked. And I
story.
got
Was Mr. and the cop?
Oh, cool, man.
But yeah, seriously.
He was a fuck. I already said he's dead.
Damn.
Dude, I laughed so hard the last night when I was listening to it.
Needless to say, we think we're funny. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you guys. No, seriously.
Thanks for
listen to
listening.
us,
Yeah, we're
please.
hilarious.
All two of you guys, I love you guys.
We love the
Or
audience.
women, whatever you are, trans. Movies, nowadays. I'm a Transformers fan.
I dug it too.
Dug a dick.
It's because you
I
don't like
haven't
Shia
seen
LaBeouf.
any of them.
I love Shia LaBeouf.
I think he's funny too.
I think he's amazing.
Not only do I not like him, I hated the bastardization of Indiana Jones. But
Yeah,
and
I also
you're
hate how they try to. They use a movie as a marketing tool because the goddamn yellow car was a motherfucking Volkswagen Beetle. But guess what? A brand new Chevy car,
Yeah.
Camaro comes out.
Well, it's all,
gonna
they're
sell
all
that
American
fucker.
cars though, and the
Give them
Transformers.
fucking money.
It was
to
all,
sell the motherfucker.
but they're all American cars. There were no imported cars of anything. They're all American.
So?
Everything. So a Beetle is not an American car. It's Germany.
So, fucking
So?
World War II's over, man. You can put a German car in a fucking
Yeah,
American
but they were
flick.
keep like it
There was
like
a second
thing
one of
with
those?
GM.
there's a second
The
one.
new ones look really good, by the way, too.
What?
The new Beetles, new Bugs or
But it's a
Punch
German
Buggies.
car.
But I'm saying new Punch Bug. I'm German. I'm not hating it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying why they're all why
I know they're all American cars. It's dumb, bro.
they're all GM or whatever it is.
Transformers, it wasn't.
That's true.
That's true.
Hey, but I mean, you're gonna have that Hollywood spin. You're gonna have
No, I just
That
hate
ad
those
or that-
cheesy
that-
fucking.
That's why I
Product
like
placement.
what's the
You could
Tyrese?
cut that movie
Is that
down
his
to
name?
20
Yeah.
fucking minutes, man.
Tyrese. That's why I like Tyrese. The only reason they put him
he's
in
a bad
there-
actor.
Yeah, he's a terrible actor. The only reason they put him in there is because black people like him. And they want to appeal to the black crowd, and I'm not even trying to be racist. If I was black, I would be offended. They couldn't put like Don Cheadle or something like Samuel Jackson. Put somebody that's Morgan Freeman. I don't care who you pick. Just don't pick the worst black actor.
Morgan
And-
Freeman in Transformers.
Dude, that would be
He
so
plays a
awesome.
That'd be
fucking-
awesome, dude. It's in Batman. Why couldn't it be in Transformers?
Why are all these
Yeah, but
cars
he's-
changing in or something?
But
These
he could make him the
guys.
president. I would be happy with that. But they put that crappy actor in there to get black people to like Transformers.
I
and
don't
it
know if
works.
that's the actual
It works.
reasoning,
So-
but yeah.
It's a marketing scheme that works.
What's the
So
difference?
what's the difference between that and putting the Camaro in? Because someone slid him some money under the
That's
fucking
exactly
table.
right. That's the exact same
the same
point.
Same
fucking
Chevy
thing.
came to them with
They're
that.
trying to
I wanna
appeal
see
to a
that
crowd,
shit.
yeah.
I don't want some dude in a scene doing this with a fucking can of Coca-Cola, and then they're selling Coca-Cola.
Sponsored.
Movie. It's dumb as fuck, dude. Fuck Michael Bay, man. You could cut that movie into 20 minutes of just the fucking them fighting. And then, hey,
Those are
guess
the best
what?
parts.
At certain parts, slow it down so I can tell who the fuck is who. You got two robots fighting. At
Yeah.
some point, you can't even fucking tell
I
who the
can.
fuck. Of course you
I
can.
got nerd eyes.
All right, so
Nerd dick.
Your mind slows everything down
Why?
with that 61 fucking IQ score.
Yeah. Everything just comes in really
just don't
slow.
forget to breathe.
Alright.
All right, so movie you watched recently that you really dug.
Oh my god. See, that's the thing with me though. I haven't watched
Loves
any
gay
movie.
porn.
I haven't watched any like recent movies.
That's not true. Like we just watched True Romance the other day, and that was the first experience for us
Oh,
watching all the way
okay,
through.
all right. Good example. This movie's been out for who knows how many god long years.
Early
I
'90s,
looked at
maybe.
him like an idiot when they were like, hey, we're watching True Romance. I'm like, okay. You haven't seen that like
And
20
then-
years ago?
Well, the thing is, like,
20 years ago?
I saw like the first 20
Christian
minutes of it.
Slater,
I've seen like the
Christopher
ending of
Walken.
it, but it was one of those movies that like I'd always like put it on like late and end up falling asleep. And it wasn't that the movie was bad. It's just I just picked shitty times to try to watch it and never get around to it. But we finally sat down and watched it that night. And that movie is amazing. It's very awkward and weird, but it's
It's a great cocaine romance story.
Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Oh yeah, well that was a couple years ago, but
But it's still recent.
He's an
it's adult.
eggplant.
he's a cantaloupe.
I'm
Ciao.
an eggplant. That's funny.
And this is why I wish Side Splash was here, like right now. He had to step out for a minute, but
okay, all right.
Doesn't
Why
have
did-
amazing.
Why did Boss shoot that guy? Oh, he called him a nigger. Oh, okay.
he's
Oh, you got Gary Oldman in it too? At the
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
Gary Oldman is one of my favorite
I
actors.
love Gary Oldman, but I don't buy the whole old white Rastafarian deal.
No, he was young in the movie. Like he was like I would say late 20s, early 30s, if that. Like he was really
He
young.
did a pretty good job.
He did an
He's
amazing
like
job.
60 now, so he might have been playing a character that was that age.
All right, so if we do the math on it, let's say it did come out in 1990, around that
True
time.
Romance?
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit after that.
Yeah, 92 or
Maybe
something.
90, 95.
Yeah, 94, 92.
But still, I watched it for the first time like 2 weeks ago. You know, and
It's a good
fucking
movie.
loved it. It was a great damn movie, man. Like,
Don't go in the
So
woods.
subtract.
Don't go in the woods.
Even subtract 20 years, he would have been 30. But
I-
it wasn't 20 years ago. Subtract, he
It
was
was
like
a Christian Slater was still an
a
actor.
35 year
I Christian Slater wasn't so bad
Look,
at crack.
before Alone in the Dark.
He had a
You seen that
show.
fucking shit?
Yeah, he did.
Christian Slater had a show on Fox. It was called Breaking In. That got canceled.
Yeah.
And he was the best character in that entire
It's called
show.
Breaking
I
Crack.
watched it. It was kind of cool. It
Breaking
had
what?
sexual tension
Breaking
between
Crack.
him and the main chick that was in the office and shit. I watched one episode and like I get it, you know. It wasn't bad though. It wasn't the worst.
Oh, it had
show
Lex
ever,
Luthor
but-
as the douche in it, didn't it?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guy
he
who
was
played
pretty
Lex
funny.
Luthor in
I was about to say
Smallville?
Gene Hackman.
No. I don't know that guy's name.
I don't know it
The guy
either.
from Smallville.
He was also in Sorority Boys or
He's
whatever.
actually really funny.
He's
actually a funny
super
guy.
funny.
He played one of the girls that dresses up.
Yeah, it was him and the kid or the dude from
Seventh
Seventh
Heaven.
Heaven. Yeah, I don't know that guy's name either.
Matt.
Yeah, Matt from Seventh Heaven, and then it
I
had
just checked out.
and then Harlan Williams.
Very
For some
white.
reason, he was like 20 years older than both of them, like, playing a college kid.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
He's awesome. So
It
we
worked.
Can go,
That was a
we
good
can work
flick,
with
too.
that. Yeah, it was good.
That was another teenage.
Don't Go in the Woods is something we recently watched.
Harlan Williams, man. You need to check out his new stand-up special.
I didn't
Instead
know
of
he was
filming it
still
in front of
known
a
for it.
crowd, they had cameras set up in the woods, and he does his stand-up, his whole material, to silence looking at trees. And it's just so goddamn awkward that you don't even hear the jokes, but you're laughing hysterically for fucking all
Like
hour
looking
and
for
50
the
minutes of it.
trees
It's
for
like,
confirmation.
What the fuck? What is this dude doing, man?
He's a
Well,
genius.
no,
That's
yeah,
a-
let me ask you a
that's
question.
smart move.
If Harlan Williams tells a joke in the middle of the forest, does anybody laugh?
Apparently so.
People watching it, man, but I don't know about the trees.
Would a hipster buy that record? Because nobody hasn't heard it yet.
Does anyone buy records?
It's if it's trees.
Only hipsters say records.
Yeah.
It's true.
Exactly.
You,
Oh,
and it's
no.
funny because you joke about hipsters, but you are the most hipstery kid in the group. And I don't mean that as an insult, but it's
I'm
like
trying to think, but I like to do things that.
you like things before they're cool.
Yeah.
Number
They're
one.
already cool.
I do.
But and then
That's
but
not true.
You know.
you,
That's not true.
and then you all like I was cool before.
You remember this band
hipsters were
Slayer,
cool.
dude? Oh man, I liked them bitches before they were cool.
I like them.
You were born in 80-5, you idiot. They were out in 82.
I
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Who you
fuck
talking
all y'all.
about?
I like Slayer when they
You.
were.
I'm
Fall Out
not
Boy
a
hat?
huge Slayer fan.
No, it was an example.
That's a terrible example. I got lost there.
You get lost everywhere. It's
Don't
fucking-
forget to breathe.
It's normal.
Anything you watched recently that you like, Dirtbag?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
In the theaters, man, believe it or not, it seems dumb,
Twilight.
but I went to see Men in Black 3, and I didn't hate it.
I like Will Smith. I think Will Smith.
I was
is
going in
funny.
there with low expectations, so that might have helped.
Yeah, I
But
probably
it
did.
wasn't bad. And then Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords plays the main villain in it.
That's funny.
That's kind of
And
cool.
he does a damn
He's been
good
popping
job,
up a
man.
lot lately.
But it's creepy, dude. He plays this fucked up dude with fucked up teeth. Spoiler alert. But, you know, he's
Spoiler
a,
alert. Fuck
he's a
up teeth.
bad motherfucker, man.
I just thought of one that it's a newer movie that I seen a couple months ago. It's Killer Elite with Jason Statham. And
I have that on my Insta queue.
Yeah.
I
okay.
really fucking like it.
It's okay.
Like, well, I hadn't seen, you know.
Like if you want to watch a good Clive Owen movie, watch.
I just like De Niro.
What is it?
man.
Shoot 'em
I
up.
like Clive Owen with his mustache. Shoot him
I
up
don't
with
watch
the
action
carrots.
flicks as a general rule.
Have you seen Shoot 'Em Up? Kyle Owen? It's just, dude, there's no story
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
He eats carrots and shoots the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
And it has
I like that
Paul
dude too.
Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti is a phenomenal actor.
I liked him in Planet of the Apes.
I like Clive Owen.
Him and Michael Clark Duncan.
He does a good, like...
Neither of them, makeup, no makeup. They just fucking put
That-
wigs on them and shit.
No,
Oh,
yeah, 'cause-
you look like a chimp. You look like a fucking gorilla.
No, he looked like an orangutan. That's what he was. Paul Giamatti was the orangutan, I
You
think.
little ginger.
If it wasn't him, the monkey looked like him. That's
You
all
know what I
I'm
have to say? I hate all gingers except for orangutans. They're okay in my book.
I don't know, man. There's a couple gingers I think are cool.
Yeah, dude, don't forget about Meemaw.
Prime example. Cool chick.
Yeah, Meemaw, she's a ginger. Yeah, there's a lot of cool gingers I can think of, but like, okay, ginger chicks for the most part.
There's a lot of cool ones. So we named one.
Well, no, I mean, I have a bunch on my mind, but I again just don't want to call them out. But dude-wise, I would say it's a very, very small.
Yeah,
it's a very, very small
like
ratio.
1 to 10 ratio.
Yeah, but
like you're gonna be cool if you're born red.
So you're telling me you've never been on a porn site and typed in redhead?
No.
Me neither.
No. Now, I'm guilty of a lot of things.
A funny story about that. Like a funny story
I'm guilty
about
of midget, amputee,
old,
redhead that crosses the fucking
BBW,
line.
red, you crossed the fucking line.
that's the line is redhead.
Blonde on blacks, but I won't go red.
Interracial, hanging dong.
Yeah.
No, it's funny though, because like we talked about me being roommates with Meemaw and Peepaw before, and they mostly had our own setups, but there of course there's times where like you use your friend's computer, and Meemaw, she used my computer once, and I guess I didn't close out of a website, but it was just straight up just porn website with the word redhead searched, and just with a video there, and my roommate being a redhead, she's like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, and she'll tell the story. It's a lot funnier, but it was an awkward moment for me. Like, I don't.
Like, no, I mean fake redhead.
Like,
It's like
no, dude.
Jessica Rabbit redhead.
Yeah. No, I don't mean like pale skin, freckles, like awkward looking.
Dude,
I meant like the
I don't
girls
wanna
who like
fuck.
I had...
freckled.
Wow.
There's been a
Sorry,
couple
keep
of...
going.
I'm going to go ahead and release a couple out because, I'm an open book. I don't have anything to hide. Like, everybody that knows me pretty much knows everything about me. Like, I'm an open book. I don't have any skeletons in my closet.
For all you listeners out here that don't know him, he's totally gay.
And it's JBL.
But, there's a
Not that
couple
you'll
of
get our
things
voices.
that I've Googled that was probably questionable. Like, or not even yet. Like, yeah, I guess Google for porn. Emo chicks I've done before. That's a little embarrassing. Old lady, I've Googled old lady before.
Was it old lady or was it like mature or milf?
Mature. Like,
Because if you type old lady,
like
that's just fucked
cougar.
up.
Like cougar.
That's just different. That's like
That's-
milf
that's
or
sexy.
mature. That's not like
But
because we're getting older. You don't want to just
No,
like
no,
look at like
this
some
is when
girl
I
with
was young.
braces getting
No, this
come on
is
her
when I
face.
was- No,
and,
dude, this is when I was young. This is when I was real young.
Preface this by saying.
Now I just go to RedTube. I just look for the most. I just watch the little quick slides, like either before you click it, it just shows a few pictures.
You know what's funny about
I look
that?
for
When
the
you-
good ones, and
when
I'm
you-
like, okay, this one looks good enough.
when you go to
I'll
that
leave 30
website,
seconds.
the first page that you see are ones that people are already watching. So you actually are jerking off at the same time to the same thing that
No,
other
I beat him
guys
to
are
it.
working on.
I guarantee I beat him to it. I was already done before he even got to the.
I
good part.
heard.
He was still laying down his napkin.
There's a viral video I heard about that I gotta fucking look it up, man. It's a dog, and he's fucking another dog, and the female dog
Wait, what?
fucking gets off of him, looks at him, and is like, fuck you, motherfucker. So the dog, the male dog, takes his two paws and puts them together and starts jerking off. That's fucking amazing.
That
to
is
me.
pretty awesome.
Like, that's
How do you not believe in evolution?
that's beyond fucking science.
Hey,
dude.
I don't know if you're talking about you were like looking at stuff to
No,
like
I heard
make
about
it.
it. I heard
Oh,
about it on a podcast.
I said,
Funny enough.
I've been there enough to like where you click on something and then you just see some goofy looking
No, I
shit
don't-
like in the thumbnails that like if you like this one you'll like these and you go through this thing and you forget you're even trying to jerk off and go to sleep because
I don't click on.
I do that on
shit.
YouTube, but I don't jerk off on YouTube. And you always you always end up in the weirdest place on YouTube. Like, what the fuck is this?
I was watching highlights for just football like and for some reason I ended up watching just like goofy shit like cartoon like people dubbing over it and I'm like how did I even get here and I'm just thinking I'm like YouTube has a funny train of thought, and I think a lot of it is just with their tags.
And what's funny about it is like every time I realize I get to the weird place, I'll hit the escape button to minimize the window, and at the top comment says I've gone to the weird part of YouTube again. I'm like, I have to like and then go on my business. there's more than one person doing the same thing.
There's gotta be.
just getting sent off like it's weird.
I don't
shit.
have this weird
Like
obsession.
chicken alien found in Dakota. You're like, why am I watching this?
I have this weird obsession with videos of people videotaping cops that know the law better than cops.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
So they're sitting there citing shit
The guy has like a
out
gun on
of the
him too.
fucking, out of the rule books, man.
We got about 5 minutes left.
All right, this is the wrap-up phase.
Yeah, if you take anything away
Words
from
of
this,
wisdom?
you most likely are listening to this because you either are a close friend and we begged you to, or you got to us on the weird part of YouTube.
Yeah, you are that fucker he was just talking about.
Welcome to my world.
Congratulations. And hopefully you made it this far and weren't just like 5 seconds in, hey, fuck these guys.
Hopefully you're not some
Words.
old creepy dude that heard David
Final
Bowie
thoughts?
and was like, oh yeah. So
I'm
let's
gonna-
stick with this David Bowie talk.
Robert,
Yeah,
Robert
like-
Rodriguez, still stop trying to make Spy Kids movies.
You know,
Still,
someone's
stop.
like, oh yeah, I like the Labyrinth. I understand where Cub Scout's coming from. Like I had nightmares too, and I actually had my wet dream when I was 8.5 years old to it. And you think about it, like you look back, there's so many different things that came out in that time frame that I could have had a better wet dream about, but I had to go with Unibrow Jennifer Connelly.
What the fuck with the hand signals? This is goddamn
These
audio.
are words.
I thought we had a minute
Audio.
left. Oh, is that the crap?
5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes. Oh. I think you said we had a minute left. I'm like, oh.
Well, now we do.
Now we're gonna look like liars when we don't end in 60 seconds. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That was prime seconds, and explaining it's just continuing to take on
I
more.
heard a minute in my
Just,
head.
do you have any closing
IQ
thoughts?
is 61.
60 seconds, not 60.
Come back to me.
61.
So your
Come
IQ
back
is
to
a
you.
minute and 1 second.
It doesn't work that way.
Right,
Like
it does.
if you weren't texting on your phone and being a part of this Cavecast, like
Words of
I am a
wisdom.
part
We
of
need
the
some
kid,
goofy
yeah.
sign out.
Some good
Some,
Yeah.
oh yeah, stripper sign
Oh
out.
yeah! Thank you for coming to the Bears
Monday.
Oh, we'll be back with more news of what's going on in today's world. Oh yeah!
and what's funny is I don't know if I've told you this recently, but I fucking hate you. Like I do. Like I love you to death, but like I just
God. Go Bears.
go Bears.
Go
My
Bears.
final thought
Go
is,
Bears.
no matter all our differences, at the end of the day,
We still blow each other.
we all bleed red, white, and blue. Obama.
I was waiting for you to say something about we all come white, but I was like mine has a little bit of a yellowish tint to it,
Mine is chunky, like.
and I think it's just because I jerk off so fast and I never get to
Italian
have sex and.
No, it's the fact that you pee and then you jerk off right
Well, the thing
after.
is, like, that's what the pre-cum's supposed to do. It's supposed to rinse out your urethra, so that way you're not like poisoning your semen with the acid from your piss. And when you do it so fast, you get the PC shooting everywhere, and the cum coming out right after it. It all gets mixed together. It's a fucking
I
terrible
thought you peed in girls. I didn't know you could. What is
I didn't.
coming?
No, it gets better than that.
Yeah. You pee on.
Yeah, no, it's not that you can't pee in girls. You
How do
definitely
I
pee in
know?
girls.
So what, you
Like-
telling me milk doesn't come out of it?
How do I have a kid?
That's not milk?
that's not
He
milk you're
can't
putting on your
get
bran
girls
flakes,
pregnant.
buddy.
It's pancreas fluid.
Ouch.
I was curious why it tastes weird in my organs.
DNA test.
Funny about Plex, and I bring that up because like when we have a party, like we'll go pee outside or whatever, or like he pees with the door open, and you hear him pissing in spurts like he's got fucking cancer of the ass, But and I asked him one day, I was like, dude, why do you have prostate cancer? Like, why do you pee like that? And he's like, no, dude, I flex my sphincter, I do my Kegels while I'm pissing because it helps me build up resistance. I can control, when I come and how much I can come. And I was like, so you exercise your asshole so you can come? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know if that's brilliant or just fucking weird.
I looked into
That's
it and
brilliant.
I've talked to doctors and nurses. It's not true. It doesn't work.
I don't care if I could just come.
Yeah, dude, all you
But don't tell him that because I want him to continue doing that for the rest of his life and still be a premature ejaculator because we all
He keeps
know
you
that
working.
motherfucker's like coming all over the place, like
I-
just thinking about it.
I will say, if you need an extra 5 minutes in bed, to the listeners out there, right when you're about to, you can feel it coming at the base, pinch your nutsack for 3 seconds, and that's 5 minutes.
I'm lazy enough to where I don't even fight anymore. I'm like,
I don't
yay,
fight it.
yay me!
I convulse and then fall over and go to sleep.
Yeah,
With my thumb in my mouth.
Not me.
It's funny enough when he stays over, like he does do that, and I put my thumb in his mouth too, so it's like a double.
I leave
thumbs
her
up.
laying there
It's not really my thumb.
like she's stabbed to fucking death, and I go to the kitchen and get food.
Dude, that is one of my first. As soon as I come, I go get a towel because I'm sweaty as fuck. Number one, because dude, that's like the hardest 32 seconds I worked
I
all
don't know,
week. Not even gonna lie.
eating a sandwich and showering is pretty awesome after sex.
I All right.
I like walk back in the room. I got a bowl of cereal, peanut butter and jelly on top of it. I'm like, yeah. I start watching movies. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm wide awake. Like I should not be. I was sleepy. I kind of wanted to like get off so I can go to bed. And then next thing I know, I'm fucking wide awake for the next 2 hours.
Oh, sign off.
But yeah, that's it. We need to go ahead and sign off before we make my editing job a lot harder than it really needs to be.
All right.
Wow.
La la. You're getting tagged in this just so you'll listen to it. We all love you. All right. Well, again, this is Cub Scout.
JBL.
Juicy.
El Dirte.
Bago.
That's douchebag for dirtbag.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for listening. We really appreciate it, and don't forget to spread the word.
We love the audience.
Love the audience. All right, guys. Take care.